Here today, we're doing a full in-depth video talking about Trunks and his future timeline. We're talking about some things that's like dealing with the plot. A lot of things that I see that I don't really agree with, and some questions that we ask. Like there's a lot of question marks, a lot of whys, and I'm going to get into that. So, first thing, like I said, I did a short talking about discussing like just the idea of like, okay, we have all the Z fighters, most of them perish against the androids. And you mean to tell me that Bulma decides to create a time machine to go back in time to revive, to try to see if they can fix the timeline. But instead of building a spaceship and trying to like go to a new Namek, or just have Goku, he could have just used King Kai to contact Dende and on Namek and have the Namekians use the Dragon Balls to make the wish to bring back Piccolo and bring back some of the other Z fighters and have the Dragon Balls return on Earth, and for them to be pretty much make wishes to bring back the Z fighters so they can come back and fight and stop the android. And I'm sure by them wishing back Goku back to life, Goku would have finally got a chance to. I know Goku would have been training in the other world, so he would have came back stronger, and most likely he's definitely stronger. Like like I said, it was a prime example of seeing Goku, especially with him being able to have more time to train, being dead. He would have had more time to pretty much analyze the android's power and pretty much train to become strong enough to defeat them once he switched back. And that would have put an end to all of that. And that was just a weird thing of the plot. Like I said, like sometimes with these timelines and stuff, like I know it won't be a story, but just from like a common sense, standpoint, when you look at it, it's like why didn't they just go and use the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish back the everyone? So that was just always kind of like something that's weird, and that you think that Goku just gonna stand by while he's dead and seeing like the world, how everything goes, and knowing Goku of like how much he wants to like challenge strong fighters, you think that he's just gonna sit back and not want to test his strength against the androids, or even if he's watching and observing and probably can see that there's a cell out there as well. So it's just kind of like a lot of question marks raises when I'm looking at the timeline and seeing that these are like little problems and issues with the timeline when you look at the story and just like certain things. And then even if you fast forward to like everything with Zamasu and everything like that, and having him wipe out the whole, that whole universe and everything, and it's just, with the Omni King, and that's just another weird thing to me too. Like I said, like once again, like even after Trunks defeated the androids and Cell, is like I said, and once again, or even try to see if they can use the Dragon Balls on the current timeline and see if they can make a wish for the future timeline to see would that affect that timeline if they made a wish. There's just different things that they could have tried to see, and that stuff wasn't explored, and it kind of just made it kind of like that's my only biggest issue with the with Trunks timeline, because like I said, it's just so much stuff that they did in the past and everything that they could have did just to like pretty much I mean, like I said, we wouldn't have the Trunks future timeline if that happened. Of course, the story arc, everything like that, we wouldn't have that in him coming to the past and everything. But just from like I said, a realistic and common sense standpoint, which once you guys lost the Dragon Balls on one planet, you guys would have just made a spaceship to go to another planet. And I know they stated something about the new Namek is far away, but even then it's like, like I said, even they don't even have to really go over there, because like I said, they could always just use Goku could have just always just talk to King Kai and pretty much have him communicate a message over to Namek, and talk to Dende and have them all like communicate that way to help out, especially if Gohan and all the other people are dead and stuff like that in that timeline. So someone would have been able to talk and be familiar with with that. So to me, it's just like I said, there's a lot of stuff that, I just look at it like, okay, yeah, best idea is to go into the past without even trying to, like, go to a different planet and find the Dragon Balls and stuff like that from Namek. And that just was kind of like a little issue with that. There's also other issues as well. And I think that with the series, like I said, I understand they need to have an arc, and if that happened, there wouldn't be no future Trunks or anything like that. So I get it. We wouldn't have the cool moment of him fighting Frieza and King Cold, and him returning to help out to fight Cell and the androids and everything like that. So we wouldn't have that in the show. But that was just something that's like a good question, just to wondering like why you guys just don't use the Dragon Balls and stuff. And then like I said, I highly doubt that Goku would just sit back and let this threat pretty much destroy the Earth like how they did, and go all these years of just everyone in terror, and Goku just sitting there in Otherworld not caring about what's going on Earth and not wishing to do anything, and they not thinking about, hey, like, can we get the Dragon Balls from Namek? Like, that thought never came across their head after you guys just came off the arc about coming from Namek and using the Namekians and everything like that, and them living on Earth for a time being until it was time to move to a new planet. So it's like there's definitely just like some questions just to be raised on that. So yeah, drop a like, drop a comment, tell us what you think. I think that this topic is something that's just like this has always been something that I just always wondered as a kid watching the show and seeing this. So tell me what you think in the comments. Of course, like I said, we all understand. Like I said, it's all meant for storytelling to have content. So it all makes sense. So I'm out.